What's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Del from Inkie Quill, and I'm back with a bite and try it up to number 7. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome. This is a little series I started last year where I do a mini haul of things and then create something using the goodies, because I always wonder in haul videos if people use the things or if they sit pretty on the shelf like mine have in previous years. I think this is a good way to motivate me to get straight into the pretty new things that I might be hoarding slightly. So first up, we've got this from PinkFresh Studio. It's a paper pack with their collaboration with Altenew. And then I have this sweet little pack of ephemera also from that collection. Another PinkFresh goodie, and this is from my favourite story. They're just little circly embellies. They're not puffy, they're just a really thick chipboard. And another ephemera pack. I'm really loving PinkFresh at the moment. I think it's my new favourite all-time brand. Yeah, I'm really loving the colours, just their font styles and things as well. These thickers and this sticker pack I think are both from the Jen Hadfield collection, and all of the goodies I got today are not sponsored at all. They're from Love to Create, which is an online and in-store Aussie retailer up in Rutherford, New South Wales. And these, I must admit, most of them are gone now. I have since used them, most of them up. Now, this photo is a very special one because it's the day before little Violet was born. So I went in for a scheduled C-section, so I knew when she was coming, as long as she didn't want to arrive earlier. And so we went out, did the thing that peeps like to do when you're about to pop, and we took a heap of photos in our front garden. And I love this one of Aaron and I with his hand on my tummy. And I'm trying to find which paper I want to use. And something I sometimes struggle with is, that's a lie. I struggle a lot with paper backgrounds that have a printed design on them that's not a repeated pattern. Repeated patterns are my jam. I feel comfortable with them. I can fling them on any layout and feel confident in how I'm using them most of the time. But a design like this, I find incredibly challenging. And so I wanted to give it a go. When I do either grab fives or bite and try it videos, I like to sometimes challenge myself and put a little extra self-challenge in there to use something that I maybe typically would pass up for a different paper in that collection. So I picked this paper and I loved the colours of it. You peeps know I'm a bit of a pinky corally girl, and I also liked that there was a yellow flower, and I felt like it picked up the golden tones of this photo. So this photo was taken obviously not last year now. I can't say that. It's 2021. It was taken in 2019 in November, and this was the week that the catastrophic bushfires began in around where I lived in New South Wales. And so the sky was red most of these days. So all of these photos look like they have a filter on them, but it was the sky colour. So I did want to pick up on some of those golden tones if I could. And I'm trying to use up, I've had some vellums that have been sitting in my stash for a little while, and I'm trying to use them up because vellum is something that I have a love-hate relationship with, as I do with a lot of scrappy products. Actually, in the comments, let me know what items are in your love-hate relationship category with creativeness. Mine, vellum's right up there. Definitely it would be one of the top 3, I think. I absolutely love the look of it, but I struggle sometimes, I think, just because it can be a bit tricky to adhere down and make sure that you can't see it, and it also can curl slightly, I've noticed. I don't know if that's just a climate condition with where I live, but I have struggled with if I use pieces of vellum that are large without, say, a photo stuck down over the top of them, it does tend to curl up, which is frustrating. But yeah, I think vellum would be up there. What else do I have a love-hate relationship with? I love hate stitching. I love hate it. I absolutely love looking at other people's layouts, but I hate the patience that it requires of me to do so. That would be another one. And maybe clear stickers. Clear stickers and I have troubles sometimes, depending on the photo and the layout, and if there's a space that the clear sticker will actually pop, or if it will disappear amongst the photo. Let me know yours in the comments down below. So now it's the fun task that I've sped up very fast because this took me a little while. Whenever I get a new pack of ephemera, I always like to go through the entire thing just to make sure I know exactly what's in there. Even though there's a picture on the back, it's not the same as just rummaging through a big pile of ephemera pieces, which I prefer. So I always like to go through. I found this word lucky, and I thought that would be really nice to again bring out the goldeny tones of the photo, and it ties in that little yellow flower as well, because all of the other flowers are pink, and I felt like the yellow one, it didn't look out of place, but it needed something else yellowy to make it coordinate with the rest of the page. Now watch me painstakingly cut this piece of foam into the skinniest slither you have ever seen. Oh, I really need some skinny, supersonic skinny foam that's so skinny that it barely fits on the roll. I know there's probably a better way to do this, but alas, this is what I was working with. So I painstakingly stuck down all of these little bits of foam, and because I wanted the lucky to obviously sit up a little bit and have a bit of 3D-ness. Looking back, some other things I could have done maybe would be to add a coat of like glossy accents over the top that would have given it that bit of 3D quality, rather than chop these tiny pieces of foam that are smaller than a grain of rice. But alas, this is where we're at. So I had the lucky, and I was trying to, figure out what else to put. So I decided to put lucky with love. And I'm nestling in. I love it when alphas nestle in your title perfectly. It's one of those things, one of those small, sweet, scrappy delights. Actually, that's another thing. So let me know what items you have a love-hate relationship with, what supplies, and then also let me know what are your little scrappy delights that you do, do a little happy dance inside when you see it or when it happens. Mine is definitely perfectly snuggled alpha titles. I really like it when words snuggle in with each other and the fonts just work. There's nothing more frustrating than when you've got a loopy letter like a Y and it's just sticking in the middle of your word and you can't read your title properly. I absolutely hate that. So let me know your scrappy delights. Another one of mine would be finding the absolute perfect ephemera piece for the perfect photo. I'll always remember, this is so lame, but I love paper and I love stickers and I love making scrapbook pages. But if you're a regular Inklet viewer, there was a page that I did probably a year or so ago now where we went to, maybe even longer than that actually. We went to Melbourne, and on the way back from the airport we got some pink sprinkly donuts, which are not something that we usually buy, and I had the perfect ephemera piece that said road trips and donuts, and it had a pink sprinkly donut, and I've never felt the same excitement that I ever have with that, finding that perfect ephemera piece for the photo that I was documenting. So that would definitely be a happy moment. And what else? What else is a scrappy delight? Oh, I think when you manage to splatter a page without splattering someone's face on the photo, that's always another happy moment. But yeah, let me know yours. It'll be nice to share what everyone else's is, and maybe someone will share one that you've forgotten about and you go, oh yeah. Oh, I also love perfectly cutting a piece of tape for the length that I need it, like on the back of a photo. That's also another scrappy delight. You know what's really nice, peeps, is that we can share these things that if we were to share with our our friends that don't scrap or don't create anything, they wouldn't understand. Mine would possibly laugh at me and go, Adele, you're a bit lame, aren't you? But I really am glad that I can share these things with you and know that I'm talking to like-minded peeps that feel the same as I do. So while I've been gas bagging about scrappy delights and all those things, I did a bit of an embellishment cluster, and I felt like that made this page, the background, work for me, because I get a bit scared about how flat these background designs look, and I think that's why it freaks me out sometimes to use them, because I don't know where to embellish, and your peeps know your girl likes to embellish, possibly a little bit too much. Some may say a bit of excess embellishing. Some may embrace it, and I like to stick and flonk all of the embellishments. So when I already have a pattern paper that has a big featured thing, I worry about how to embellish and make it fit in and not look too much. But I really enjoyed how this one looked, so I just took the circle motif, I guess you could say, and I used a couple of different circly pieces from the ephemera pack, and also from, did I use the circly sticker? Yes, I must have used the circly sticker pack. Yes, I did. And then I also went for a bit of I'm going to call it a ladder of tiny word phrases that are all kind of straight lines. So just by keeping it with the circles and then the straight rectangles going horizontally across that side of the page, I think it makes it a bit cohesive and not too chaotic. And then also adding, all of the little sprinkly bits, plus a couple of extra little leafy fronds to tie in with the rest of the leafiness. And then I needed something down the bottom there, and so I decided to just go with some a roller stamp, just because I felt like I didn't really want to write anything, and I felt like it needed something that wasn't a sticker down the bottom there. So these ones, unfortunately, are no longer available. These are some older October afternoon ones, but you can find roller stamps in most of the, not most, but a lot of the current scrapbooking collections that come out do include roller stamps, and they're a very handy supply, I think, to add to your stash. Be warned, you can get a few too many, like I have. They are easy to accumulate, as I definitely have done, but I still have my faves that I can't go without using. So I added a bit of journaling, and then the page is all finished. Jazz hands, we're done. So I haven't had a chance yet to wish you a happy new year. I hope the 2021 brings you lots of health and happiness and some peace and just some calmness in amongst all of the chaos that's been going on. All right, peeps, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.